Greece, 6,000 islands. Well, actually, it's about 12 major islands. The rest of them are all kind of, different sizes, but anything that's surrounded by a body of water, they consider an island. But again, in total, it's 6,000 islands. The major islands are 12,000, regardless. There's a lot of land, a lot of island, a lot of water, a lot of everything. And most of all, a lot of peace. It's an experience just like any other experience, but it's so beautiful. I mean, the sunrise, the sunsets, the waters, swimming in these waters are amazing. It's uh, it's not that salty. You don't feel like you have to take a shower right after you come out of the water. It's really fine, fine salt, I guess I would call it. But I'm spending a lot of time on the sailboat. Slept on it. I lived on it for a few days. It was a wonderful feeling. It's something that it was in, I guess, in my imagination. I always loved to have lived on a boat, even if it was for a couple of days. At least it's something that something that I wanted to do. So I went to Greece. I met up with a family member of my cousin. His name is, well, we're going to leave his name out of it. He's kind of bashful. He loves his privacy. So this is why I haven't um, filmed myself or him. So we decided to just film the islands, our neighbors, the water. Um, but what I want to say, actually, this is a little mini story, just like any other story. I guess anything you do from morning to night is a story. It all depends how you want to label it. So I went to Italy. I went for 2 months, and I spent some time in Naples, Greece, Capri. I went to Tuscany, a few other places, Uh, but I want to talk about spending a few days here on this water. It was an experience that I would recommend for anyone to just get up and go. Don't say, oh, so far, oh, I got to go to Greece, I could stay here, I don't have to spend the money. You know what? It's, it's something that is going to stay with you forever, no matter what. No matter how much money you have, or no matter how much money you don't have, an experience of being on a sailboat for a couple of days, jumping from one island to another, smelling the freshness of the wind and the ocean and everything that comes out of the ocean. I mean, these beaches are beautiful. Uh, no matter what I say, it can't really describe it unless you just jump in the water, go swimming, and just kind of hang out for a few hours on these islands. Now, some of these islands, no one lives on it. I mean, they're outright deserted. But some of them are different. People live on it. Um, there's a lot of wild goats on this island. I mean, they're literally wild. They're all over the place. Um, I mean, look at this water. You could see to the bottom. It's so clean and it's so fresh. And again, all these people that you see, they all have the same feeling. They forget about everything, they get on their boat, and they just go. Now, let me tell you something. You know, not all these people are owners of these sailboats. They go out there and they can rent them for the week. They could rent it for a couple of days, you know. So it's not that you have to go out and buy a sailboat and spend all kind of money and you know, just try to live a life that is not really meant for you. You don't need to do all that. You could go out there, uh, $300-400, and live on one of these boats for a couple of days with the captain. He he will just take you on the trip for a couple of days. It's really not that expensive. It's no more expensive than staying in a fancy hotel. So if you're gonna do that, where you're gonna stay in a fancy hotel, might as well enjoy something different. Look at these people on this island. They just rent these boats, or they have somebody drop them off early in the morning and pick them up late in the afternoon, depending, you know, on the deal that they make. Uh, it, it's just something that you can't really describe. This is why I decided to just film it, you know, just film it and let people, you know, watch. I'm sharing. Actually, that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing an experience, and that's really what the story is all about. It's about sharing an experience. Now, it's not that I went to Greece with a clear head, but I definitely cleared my head out. I left the USA, or I should say, I left my home after a big blowout with my family, and spending 2 months away. This is the peaceful moment of my life. This makes you forget everything. Yes, I'm talking about it, but I'm only talking about it to make you understand that money is it's a tool that you need because unfortunately that's what society has what's the word, imposed on us, I guess. You know, we can't move around without paying our taxes or whatever else we have to pay. But we should always try to think out of the box and fight our way, I guess, to freedom, and not to be owned by the system. To, you know, just do things that we normally wouldn't do. And it only takes guts, a little bit of money, but it takes a lot of guts to say, you know what, fuck it, I am doing it. If nothing happens, at least I have a good experience where I could just sit down and think about it and enjoy the moment. And that's really what it's all about, enjoying the moment. Now, we work very hard. We're constantly under pressure. Constantly. Even when we sleep, we're under pressure. But to give yourself a gift of a trip like this with sunrises, you know, beautiful sunrises and sunsets, that's something no one can ever take away from you. And you cannot buy that kind of peace. You just cannot buy it. You take 10, 15 minutes to think about a moment like this, and it makes everything look wonderful. Forget about your failed relationships or arguments with your family or your business or your boss or whatever the case may be. This is something no one could ever take away from you. You just got to live your life. And I really believe that you should live like a lion for a day and never mind living like a sheep for the rest of your life. So, anyway, I just wanted to share this moment with you guys. Whoever's looking at it, I hope you enjoy the peace that I have found here in Greece. Well, thank you for watching.